Hey, I didn't forget about you. You're a person that needs to be in a place where you are working close with someone else, a mentor, a friend, someone that could take you to the deeper and more intricate parts about being a sales engineer, but you don't know where to go. Learnful is a program that allows you to work with people that are high-ranking sales engineers, solution architects, solutions advisors, and they're able to not only mentor you, but teach you the ways to become a sales engineer that can be impactful for you. If you think that Learnful is for you, go ahead and click on the link below for more information. You can use my promo code Joseph150 to be able to save. Go ahead and click the link below. And now back to our show. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Techniche Tips. I'm your host, Joseph M. Smith, and like always, I have another one for you. This has been a crazy week, but this has brought so much joy to me personally because I have none other than the dear, innovative CherRaye on the line. This is amazing. How are you doing, girl? How's everything going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm glad that we're here. You know, when we first spoke,
Yep.
because for the audience that doesn't know, my wife and I, we have a tribe here. We have 2 boys, well, no, switching around, 2 girls and 4 boys. And one of the things that we really struggled with is finding a dedicated hairstylist for our girls, for my wife, that really could be a person that could really help us out. And we moved over from New York to New Jersey, and of course there's different people around here, but where we are in our neck of the woods, it's not that easy. So when I saw your service, I thought, oh my goodness, this is going to be so amazing, and I had to get you onto the show. So thank you so much for saying yes. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm definitely honored, and I was very excited when you asked me to come on the show. So thank you.
Oh man, the pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine. So first of all, I want to just reach out to the audience and say thank you so much for tuning in with us. I had to just get that off my chest right away about how excited I was. But if you're on IG, thank you for watching and staying tuned and being there. If you have any questions and you want to join the Q&A that we are going to have later today, go ahead and jump over to youtube.com. You see the ticker at the bottom, youtube.com/@TechNicheTips, so that you can be able to ask your questions for CherRaye, and then CherRaye can give it right back at you. Also, if you're on LinkedIn, thank you for watching as well. But you know what happens at that 30-minute mark? We're going to be exclusively on youtube.com/@TechNicheTips. So go ahead. And if you have not, come over to that side, because this is going to be a fabulous conversation. I know that this is something that could help a lot of people, because one of the things we're talking about here is we're talking about tech. We're also talking about beauty. And if anybody knows about the beauty industry, it's one that can truly, depending on where you're coming from and your background, could be a challenging thing. Be honest with you, it could be a challenging thing to navigate. So I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much, Mitch, for tuning in with us and rocking with us. Definitely appreciate you. One of the leaders of the movement here, moderator for the channel. So I appreciate you, man. I have also Darcel as well here. Darcel, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead, if y'all can share this with others, that'll be well appreciated as we continue to talk about this. So CherRaye, let's take it back.
Okay.
A little bit back, because I was thinking that you were from PA, and then you reminded me, nope. Even though PA is dear in my heart, I'm originally from Reading.
Yep.
I'm originally from Reading.
Born and raised
On the playground is what you spent most of your days, and so I love it. I love it. So can you talk about going from Reading to transitioning into being at Temple, because that's where you did your undergrad, right?
Yep, absolutely. So, Reading, Pennsylvania, it's not too far from Philly. It would be considered Philly metro area. I so Reading's a very small town, and as much as I'm proud of being from Reading, I wanted to be somewhere where there was a larger multicultural environment, city hustle and bustle. I'm definitely a city girl at heart, and Temple had one of the top programs for their business program for Fox School of Business. And fun fact, that was actually the third school I attended before I finished my degree. So I originally was actually going to start a career in dance performance, and life just doesn't always turn out the way you predict it to be. So
Yeah.
I ended up at the last minute just doing 1 year at community college, at Reading Area Community College, and just study general studies just to get my electives out the way. And then I said, okay, I want to do fashion. I went to Votech for sewing and clothing manufacturing in high school. So I was just going for what was familiar to me. And then I attended Philadelphia University, which is now called Thomas Jefferson University, for fashion industry management. And I only lasted there one semester. I left. I was like, it's too small here. I don't like it. And I transferred to Temple University then. And I said, I'm just going to do a business, major. I know I have like an appetite for business, but I'm just not sure exactly how I'll do it. So I'm going to study marketing.
Yeah.
And then that's how I landed at Temple University. So it took I had like an untraditional path in the beginning of my career, and I finally found my way.
Love it. And shout out to community college, right? We want to give them some respect because they allow us to go to college without us having to put out as much money as we probably would if we did just straight 4 years. So Point Park played an important role. Not Point Park, sorry. Yeah, the community college played an important role in that development of who you are. And so you went from there, and as you're navigating the spaces, because you talked about it, you were in the tech industry for about 7-8 years.
Yes.
But it wasn't an easy road to get there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So okay, after Temple University, my first career was in sales at Penske Truck Leasing, and I did really well in sales. I did a really great job, but I found that to be pretty monotonous. Same old, but was really good at it. And then I started studying at Point Park University in January 2017. All the years blend in at this point.
Yeah.
And then at that point, and the only reason why I went to grad school, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really need to financially do this? But I went to grad school because I was bored. I just wanted a new challenge and to learn something new. So I enrolled at Point Park University in their communication technology program. And it was like a hybrid of learning communication tech, so like HTML, JavaScript, all that.
Wow.
The sociology of technology and research. So yes, it was a really good hybrid program. And during that time, during Temple University, I realized how much I liked statistics. I really liked research stats. I was always drawn to technology. When I was at Penske, I actually conceptualized their Penske mobile app of so I didn't know I was into tech until like, oh, what's the name for this? Yeah, it's called product management and software engineering. So yeah, I didn't know like that's what I was doing. And so I'm probably all over the place right now. So
love it.
Forgive me. But
no, it's good.
Yeah. So then after sales, I transitioned. I know get ready.
Come on now.
Transitioned into data, being a data analyst and consumer insights. Yes. So I went from sales to being a data analyst, and that came from just practicing. I was on YouTube just learning how to use SQL and I was good at research from statistics and my marketing research courses at Temple University. So I just took it as like a hobby of my own. Remember, I was bored at this time. I literally enrolled in a graduate program just because. And at that point, I just connected with people. And then I moved to New York in the middle of my grad school program because it was an online program. So then I moved to New York, living in Brooklyn, was there for 2 years, connecting. Is that where you're from?
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York, born and raised.
Okay, I love that's my favorite borough in New York. Sorry,
Oh
anybody.
yeah, of course
Yeah,
it is.
that's my favorite borough. I love Brooklyn. If I moved back, I would probably go back to Brooklyn.
I
Yeah.
don't blame you. It's kind of pricey, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I left. And that's why I left.
Oh man.
So, yeah, during that time, was networking and
Yeah.
just getting, putting my interests out there. I knew like just my master's program wasn't going to get me in. I just had to, talk to the right people. So then I got laid off at this place called Unidays and really loved it there. I met so many connections there. And I
Yeah.
started working at this boutique agency in New York. And then that's how I got into the role. Then left that job in 2019. And then don't you know what happens after this?
Uh
The thing,
Pandemic,
2020, yes, the thing happened.
pandemic.
So I went back home to Pennsylvania and was like, well, there's no point in me spending money in New York, living in, outside my studio apartment, just staring at my four
No,
walls.
no, it wasn't a studio apartment. It was a closet. You got to admit, it was a closet. It was a closet.
Was people who came to my apartment though, they said it was pretty large considering it was a New York apartment. So
We say all that sort of type of stuff to make ourselves feel better, but it really
it was for me that was hard. That was hard to adjust to. That was really hard to adjust to. I was like, wait, so where am I gonna put all my shoes and my clothes at, my hair products? Oh, and this. Oh, we're gonna just shove this in the corner here then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
behind the mirror.
yeah, and let's
Exactly.
just decorate it and hide it, make it look like it's part of the aesthetic. And
Hilarious.
I left New York, moved back home, saved money, and then I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay here since we're forced to stay home. And then once things slowed down, actually, hold on, back up. I started working at Wikipedia before I moved home. I forgot. Oh my god, that was probably
I was looking at that too. I'm like, this girl worked everywhere.
everywhere.
Doing
My
everything.
resume is pretty like been here, been here, been here, been here. Did this, did that, did that. I've done a lot so far in my career. So sorry, but yeah, before a couple months before I moved home, I started working at Wikipedia and then moved home. This happened like right back to back. So
Wow.
yeah, and I was working there, and then I was there for what, close to 3 years. That was probably the longest I've ever been at a company.
Wow.
Doing their marketing research and DEI marketing research. So then after that, wanted to change and then moved to Atlanta, Georgia. So that's been my career, my windy path in tech.
Love it, love it. And we're going to talk about a couple of things here, but I got to go to the comment section real quick because it was blowing up there.
Okay.
We got Jonad. Oh, what up, what up, what up? We got the brother in the building. He actually is going to be a guest on the show coming up soon. So he is definitely, if you are looking to break into the tech industry, you should definitely want to join this conversation for sure when we have that. Operation Tech Take Over. The man, the myth, and the legend is back. He says, don't forget to comment, like, and share. The Q&A portion will be exclusive on YouTube. Come on over and get your questions answered. He tells no lies, y'all. He tells no lies. Darcel, what's going on with Scott and Midge? Hope all is well. Yeah, it's like a family reunion up in here. And Tech Bag Trey, my partner in crime, we have a Monday morning show. He basically said, not a closet, Lord.
It was.
Because he lives in the promised land. He's in Texas. So he's like, space? We have plenty of it.
Plenty of Texas.
And he said, Operation Takeover says, gotta show Queens some love as well. Gotta show Queens. I mean, I love Queens for it's like the closest thing or one of the closest places like Long Island and in the borough to that, So yeah, it's definitely nice. And then we got Chanel. Chanel Rose is also here. He said, hey, everyone. What up, Chanel? She was a guest in the show as well. She was dropping some gems as well. I love it. Love it. Love it. It's like a big old family reunion. Good to have you all here. Go ahead and share. I also wanted to just show you something real quickly because when you were talking, it made me think of something.
Yeah.
It says, this is my journal. I don't know if you can read it because of the glare, but I'll read it to you. It says, not all who wander are lost. And I look at your journey and somebody might say, man, she's all over the place.
but she's not wandering. She's not lost. She's definitely, it's all a part of the plan. Oh, I got Howard in the building as well. What up, brother? Sac passe, ma boule. Yes. I got it. My wife is Asian, so I try to do everything I can to remember the words. But it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. Shout out to the whole tri-state. That's right. And then we have Tech, Job, Tina in the building. What up, good people? What up? What up? What up? Operation Tech Takeover said that hurt. She said it's cute. I love Queens. I love Queens.
I like Queens.
I went to school in Queens too, so I have a special place in my heart. Special place in my
St.
heart.
John's.
PS 63 Queens, right up Cross Bay Boulevard.
Okay.
So yeah. We used to go out there. But oh man, love it. So here's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
From that little corner of your studio, aka your closet, that little corner right there where you had all of your makeup set up, how did that go from building this beauty tech company?
Yeah.
That transition.
So I had the idea when I was in New York to create the app. I knew I wanted to create a mobile app. I've said, I'm into technology. I like designing the whole aspect of coding, conceptualizing things. I just didn't know what I wanted it to be. And I wanted it to be something that was going to help benefit my community and something I can leverage my skill set. So I really, when I lost my job in New York, I had nothing but time to think. And then I noticed, like, even just being in New York, it was overwhelming just finding the right hairstylist to do my hair.
Preach.
Like, even you, I know that sounds, wild just to think that, but being in New York where there's, plenty of, beauticians there, it was just overwhelming. Like, who can actually work with my hair? Who's not going to burn my hair with these hot blow dryers, and also I have very thick, coarse hair. So who's not going to be behind the seat complaining about how thick my hair is and, all of that. So I started just writing down, like, what are some things that are important to me? What are things that are important to the community? What are some of the very first things that we, notice about one another? And beauty is one thing. Like, when you see someone, you notice their features, you notice, skin, hair, you're just examining. So, I did some soul searching and I was like, I want to do a mobile app that can help Black and brown people specifically with finding the right hairstylist. The app first started out as just a hairstylist app. And fun fact, the first name I thought of was Hair Me Out. So it was like playing a word on here. And then I just like grew to like dislike. I did not like it at all. It just didn't roll off the tongue. It wasn't memorable. It wasn't iconic.
Yeah.
So then I did like a mini offsite for myself. I went on a solo trip, and then I thought about, like, okay, what are some of the concepts we want to mix to make it stand out and be memorable. So I thought of the name Brown, and then bouncing the different seats and search results. So I put those two concepts together, and then that's how Browns came about. So that's how I came up with the name. That's how I came about with the app. I'm not a hairstylist, makeup artist, any of that. This is like my go-to makeup, just very soft, light makeup. I'm not really good with it, but I knew I had a purpose, and I love the industry, and I knew I could help my community with solving a pain point.
When you talk about a pain point, I need the ladies in the chat to talk about the pain of trying to find a stylist that could work for you. This is legit. This is a serious topic. Yeah. And I got to go back for those that didn't join earlier. I have two daughters, right? And my wife. My wife has sister locks. My daughters have twists.
Aww.
And trust me, it was expensive. But you know who am I talking to? You're talking to the choir. But for those that don't know, it's a pretty pricey thing, and it's a specialized field. And so to find specific people that can cater to that not only could like lock it, but also one that could style it, because not sometimes people that lock can style. Like, it's a whole thing. So the fact that you decided to create this is something that I'm like, this is monumental. So let's dive into it, because people are like, wow. And this is why I talked about that before. All that wander are not lost, because you wandered, picked up different insights and tools from different jobs that you had, and you became this bomb CEO right now. But it's not always easy.
No.
Can you talk about the struggles that you had in regards to launching this amazing product?
Oh my God. What struggles start in the beginning or just last night?
Let's just talk from the beginning. We're gonna talk about
Oh
last
my
night during the
goodness.
Q&A.
Oh my, you see this whiteboard? Oh my goodness.
That's the first thing I saw.
Some of the struggles. All right. So I did about, like I said, I have a research background. I took 6 months to, research, speak to beauty professionals, understand their pain points, understand, even though I'm a client per se, I just wanted to have like a diverse perspective. So that part, that was easy. Love that. That was probably my favorite part, as well as designing the app. The app was originally supposed to be launched in 2020. The pandemic hit. Ooh, was I supposed to say that word? Sorry. Bleep that out if we
I don't
can.
worry, it's all good. It's all
'Cause I
good.
know, like, YouTube
Yeah,
has.
algorithm stuff. It's
Okay.
all good. It's all good.
Okay. But then yeah, that hit, and then I had to basically shift certain parts of the features. And then because we just didn't know what was going to happen in the future. Like, is this like our new norm? Like, are we not going to be able to connect with one another, communicate in person? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So I had to adjust parts of the app, and then also push the launch dates to the following year. And it was difficult to build the user base. We celebrated our 3rd-year anniversary last week, but I feel like I'm just now starting to get my footing with the app. The first year, I know everybody's first year in business is rough, but it's very rough when you have an app that needs you to like be in person. So it was hard to visit salons and talk to them about this new product. It was hard to just get the word out. And then also the first mobile app development team was difficult. I ended up firing them like a year after working with them. There was so much technical debt, many issues in the data architecture. And I remember waking up at 3 a.m. my time and just shut everything down, just pulled passwords, everything, and had a hard conversation. And then there was that gap period of like then having to replace and find somebody else, to take over. Because mind you, I'm still working a full-time job, still trying to build this up, stuck inside the house and trying to, do the marketing, everything all at once. And that part was difficult. So trying to build a user base during a shutdown, and also resolving all the technical issues that existed at that time.
You know how many people would have quit at the first problem? Be like, this ain't for me. I tried. Lord, you know I tried. Lord, you know I tried.
You know where my heart's at. Yeah.
You know where my heart is at.
Yeah.
And I would have quit. But what kept you going? Like, seriously, what kept you going? Because I would have been like, this ain't for me.
Our community. Just the need. And don't get me wrong, there are times even till this day where I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then it's just whenever I start having those, doubts, there's always that one person that says, this is very needed. And I really appreciate you doing this. And I know you shouldn't live your life, for other people or anything like that. But this is a mission, driven app. Like, it's a business, yes, for sure. But it's, founded on a mission. So, and also I'm pretty stubborn. Like, I don't give up with any, type of challenge, like unless I tried everything possible. Like, and that's probably why I've been in bad situations and stuff, but that's rather near there. But I'd like to try any, any solution. And when it's driven by a mission, you're not going to give up. Well, at least for me, I just cannot give up.
And through all that adversity, through every trial and test. In fact, let me go to the comment section really quickly, because I had to go all the way to LinkedIn for this one. For whatever reason, it's not, I had to pull it up from LinkedIn and bring it over here. But this is our sister, Aaliyah. She said the main reason why I learned how to do and cut my hair is because of that. Either people don't do a good job or they're booked for weeks at a time.
Yes.
And that is the truth.
That's
That is the main truth. So I love that. And listen, I'm gonna do something special today. I want all the even men too. If you know somebody that has like a testimony or a story of a terrible hair situation, I want them to come on and share their experiences right now. I'm actually gonna put a call-in link to the show so that it could be on. I'll put one on LinkedIn. I'll put one on YouTube. Sorry, Instagram. Y'all have to come with YouTube for that. But I'm gonna put it in because I want to hear some people don't understand. If you are not around somebody, a daughter, a mother, an auntie, a spouse, a significant other, a partner, whatever, if you're not around somebody that is going through this, you don't understand the importance of what CherRaye is birthing here. Like, this was how many months in labor were you in at that point? It just
6 months. Just doing just the research part. We even talk about how long it took to develop the screen, like to build the screens. Yeah. So altogether, like over a year.
Y'all need to share this episode. This episode is going to change some lives right now because we are going to be introducing them to a solution that can truly be impactful to them. And with that being said, I'm going to go right to the website here because I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Y'all see the screen right here? It says, let us find help for you. What service are you looking for? Add a list of the services right there. This is available on the App Store on Apple. This is on Google Play. Let's go through it. This is beautiful. And I'm going to actually reshare it because I was watching this before. See, I don't like to cheat sometimes, but sometimes I do cheat. Sometimes I do research before my shows because I'm like, I want to have real reactions to what it is. But this is such a beautiful guide even right now where they could literally go on, see what service they have, use the map, find services within their area, and basically see reviews there. And you had to correct me on something because when we talked, I was like, you know what would be great? Me being naive and not knowing anything. You know what would be great? What if you had products on your app? And you're like, child, we did that. What are you talking about? And I'm like, word. Because I know some people that have created some amazing products that I'm like, y'all need to connect because natural hair care products that are actually doing well, putting up some good numbers, they need to be on this app. So this is amazing. Could you talk about a little bit more about the app and the functionality as I scroll here?
Yes. So currently there are 4 core features of the app. So it's a 2-sided marketplace app. So I'll talk about from the client experience. There's the beauty finder. That's where, in that video, you saw the map of the hairstylists, or I should say beauty I need to stop showing my bias. Oh my goodness. Beauty professionals that are on the platform. And then you can book on there. You can pay on there as well. And rate at the end. So kind of like how when you're on Uber, then the driver can rate you. You can rate them, the beauty professional.
Nice.
And then so there's a beauty finder. Then there's Shop Talk. Shop Talk is an embedded online forum where you can hold conversations, ask questions, and just have a general conversation with one another. And then you can also message any user. You don't have to only message clients or only message beauty professionals. You can message any Browns user on the platform as well. And then the marketplace, yes, that Joseph is talking about, that's where you can purchase products from small Black-owned brands as well.
I don't know if everybody caught that.
Yeah.
There's not just a place to find services, to get products, to review services and products, but there's a community built in where you could talk to somebody, be like, listen, how was X, Y, and Z for you? Yo, this was the best thing since sliced bread.
Thank you. Just gotta get the word out there more. That's all.
Oh man, there's a community built into. I'm gonna take my wife's phone. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm gonna be like, even though it's my birthday week, here's my present to you. Thank you very much. Because we have conversations like this all the time. We especially as people that are from the Black and Brown community, we rely heavily on referrals.
Yes.
And so you could get instant referrals from somebody in the app that has either gone to this salon or gone to this beauty professional and been able to just really kind of get the information that you're looking for. Oh man, this is great. And you have an FAQ page here. You have different things for stylists as well. And of course, they have to have about the section regarding your mission and everything you have there. So I listen, y'all. If y'all want to wait until afterwards, go ahead and do it. But go and download this app if you're a woman that's looking for, not even women, but some men are looking for.
There's men on there too. There's actually men styles on there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's some men's styles that are killing the game out there.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, because I know that might be real competition if you were to tie this in there. But do you think that they, if not already, because I'm assuming, would you expand this to barbers as well?
There's 2 barbers on there already.
Okay.
That's what I would like to do. I think once I get a good footing on getting the core audience on there, then definitely start reaching out. I'll probably hire a street team to go to barbers, because I don't know. I would feel weird going into barbers and yeah.
They must stop cutting the. Oh, we gotta stop cutting. Talk to her. Let's talk to her right now. Yeah, it could be a little bit. I understand exactly how you feel. Well, not exactly, but I can understand why you want to hold on to that. Yeah, but this is beautiful. As you can see, there's clients all over Detroit, Vallejo, Phoenix. Like, this is just a limited scope of how many people, and I'm gonna scroll up here, are part of this growing and budding community. So this is fantastic. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to have a commercial break. But right after this, we're going to have Q&A. So LinkedIn family, if y'all want to be a part of this conversation, again, this is a time for y'all to vent too. If y'all want to say, hey, this is needed because of X, Y, Z that happened to me. She burnt my scalp. You know, like, you go. Like, this is a moment for you to have this conversation and ask CherRaye any questions that you have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the call-in link on LinkedIn, if you're still there, but really it's going to be for the YouTube community. I'm going to put a call-in link that you could click on. You could be in the backstage. I'll bring you on. You don't have to show your camera if you don't want to. If you want to show your face, that's beautiful. We love you. Show your face. But if you don't, go ahead and call in and share your stories about your experiences trying to find a beauty professional in your area. And we would love to basically have that conversation and really kind of peel back the onion a bit more. But before we do that, I want to say thank you so much, CherRaye. Thank you so much to the audience as well for being great participants and really kind of sharing from your experience and having their own conversations as well in the chat. I love it. I love it. So right now we're going to go ahead and transition over to that. Again, LinkedIn family, I love you. I love you. I promise you I do. But LinkedIn, unfortunately, we're going to be moving over and you won't be able to be a part of the conversation unless you move over to youtube.com/@Techniche tip, which is in the ticker below. But we'll see you in a few.
I'm back again. You talked about Course Careers Technology Sales Course and what it did to change my life. Wait, there's more. Not only is it technology sales, information technology courses as well. Now there's human resources, customer success, UI, UX. And did I even mention that there also is software development as well? Front end, back end, and DevOps. Listen, this is something that you definitely want to take advantage of. So go ahead and click that link. Don't forget there's a discount from me if you click that link, and I hope to see you on the other side. Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like you're just at the same place in your career and you don't really see a way out? This is a great time for you to take it to the next level. Level Careers is a course that I've been talking about for some time. From account executive and even sales engineering, there are courses that can help you propel from where you are now to where you want to go. Check out the link below, use my promo code Joseph10, and check out the free courses, whether that's the SOC analyst course, the account executive course, or the sales engineer course. Take your career to the next level.
All right, we're back. LinkedIn, this is your final warning, LinkedIn. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this Q&A. Love you, but we'll see you on the other side. All right, so YouTube and Instagram, we are in the building. Instagram, unfortunately, I cannot see anything you say, so you would have to probably come over to the YouTube side, but at least you can chime in and watch from where you are. Not really chime in, but watch. But with that being said, I'm about to drop the link right now because I want to make sure that those that have something to share are able to share it. We want to say here. Technology, love it, love it, love it. All right, here we go. So I just dropped it in there as well, so you could check You can click on that. And again, this is for you to share like your story in regards to what it is that you have experienced trying to find a stylist in your area. We are here to hear your pain. We are here to ask questions to CherRaye as well, and to really kind of peel back the onion, as it was said earlier. Well, let me ask you, CherRaye, while we're waiting for people to join into the conversation here, can you share a bit of the testimonials that you've heard from people that have already participated in using the app?
Yes. A lot of people, men and women, have applauded Browns from an inclusion perspective. And there's also people that have talked about the DEI aspect of the app. So as you know, Black people were not a monolith. So I recognize, there's many different genders, expressions, and I wanted the app to really encompass and show, make sure everyone in our community felt included. So I've gotten a lot of testimonials about how inclusive the app is, how it fights for DEI, and there's a lot of conversations right now about DEI, and how a lot of companies have kind of like dwindled on their promises. And Browns, when you have DEI embedded in the app, it's really hard to, kind of dwindle away from that. So I've gotten a lot of testimonials about that. The experience, a lot of people like 3 women reached out to me saying that they like the push notifications that they receive in the morning. So we send out daily push notifications that are like affirmations, like, seize the day, and you can't just I'm just speaking at the top of my head, like, beauty is from the inside, don't focus on just the outside. So we just like to have push notifications to engage our audience and to make them feel better, not just on the outside but also on the inside too. And then a few people have reached out to me saying they like the tender head level in the app on the client side. So when you sign up, you'll see when you sign up, there's a screen that asks you for your tender head level and your hair type. And it's a scale of like, 1 to 10 that you can set for your tender head level. And the reason why I thought of that is because I'm pretty sure many Black people, can relate to, having their mom or auntie, just pulling at your hair, and, or even the hairstylist that you went to. And that was also, so at the time it was a hairstylist app. So, the hairstylist can have an understanding of, okay, what type of client am I dealing with? They deal with stitch braids. Can they deal with heavy knotless braids? So I've gotten a lot of testimonials overall of like the DEI aspect to it, and then the user experience overall.
That tender-headedness, that's no joke right there. That tender-headed level is so smart. I mean, if you could think back to even experiences and stories I've heard. I'm gonna go to your question, Trey, because Trey got a question that made me laugh, but it's true. I'm thinking back to the stories that I heard of people being like, "Oh, I'm going to Harlem to go get my hair African braided. This could be a fun experience," and they come back and their eyebrows are up to here. And they're like, "I can't move my face. I'm not even trying to smile right now. It's just the way it is."
Your neck. I mean, you can't sleep for like 3 business days. Oh my goodness.
Oh, but they didn't have no tender-headed level for them. They just like, "Listen, you here? You pay for this? Here you go. Put down, pull back." Oh man, I got Tech Coach Ralph in the building. He gets a salute. What up, Tech Coach Ralph? You definitely want to check in with CherRaye. She has an awesome thing that she's doing here with Browns. And Tech Coach Ralph, he has a channel dedicated to everything QA. He's a senior QA. So I don't know if you're looking for any QAs, but he's a senior QA. He does a lot of great stuff. And you can check out his channel. Very detail-oriented guy. So you definitely want to lock in with him. Absolutely. And then we also got my brother in crime. He says, "Does it count if my scalp was burnt in 2005 trying to get an S curl? Can I be redeemed in Browns?"
I think we do have some specialists that have experience with people who have experienced burns and even alopecia. So depending on the area, though, that's a segment that I definitely want to expand on.
Yeah. I the closest thing I got to that was, I don't know what my mom put in my hair when I was like in high school. No, not in high school. It wasn't high school. It was like going to junior high. But I look like Halle Berry. My hair was that short. Remember Halle Berry had that shortcut? I was like, oh, what happened to my hair? But you know, the things we just go through, the phases we go through. I cut it all off, grew back. It's all right now. But
You're good.
it was definitely close to damage.
Yeah.
So, but that's the things that we experience. He's like, I don't even know if Trey has hair. All he wears are hats. Because he does wear hats all the time. But he definitely has hair. My brother, if you go to his LinkedIn and you see his headshot, my brother's hair is slick. It's nice.
Okay.
He got it. He got it. My brother got it. But
Nice.
listen, y'all, if y'all know any, again, if there's any, especially the ladies here, if y'all have any testimonials, call into the show. Let it be known. We definitely want to hear what you have to say, because this is a real topic for a lot of people. Like, going back to my own solution, I wish I could grab my wife, but she's busy with the kids. But even going to our own situation, like, it took us a while to find somebody here. So let me ask you another question in regards to, like, what would you say are the top 3 tips for somebody that's looking to build out a tech business like yourself and app? They found a problem. They did a ton of research, maybe, but what would you say, looking back at your experiences, would you say the first 3 things they need to do?
Okay, so I'm also operating from a bootstrap model. So everything from Browns has been built off of my own income, and then also 2 grants I've received. So my way of working is pretty agile and also pretty lean. But I would say, starting out, I would hope they did research. I would say definitely do research. That's like a must. And if they're building a mobile app for a business, some people just build mobile apps just for fun. So if you're just building it out for fun, make sure you have the research. You understand at least, what are the pain points and like the problem you're trying to solve. And then before you just, hire a mobile app development team, have a list, like, interview them. They're going to be taking a significant amount of your money. Please believe when I say they will be taking a significant amount of your money. You need to interview them as if they were at interviewing for a job, because some of them may say that they have experience with certain frameworks and they really don't, or certain coding languages and they don't. So you want to have like in-depth knowledge. And if you don't come from a tech background, hire a consultant to understand, like, what type of APIs you may need, what type of framework should you use, can you use something that requires no code? For me, we use React Native. So everything is, nothing is like uses like the no code frameworks or anything like that. And if you are turning this into a business, definitely have a business plan, because I have seen people have great ideas and then they just go on the fly and they don't necessarily have a business plan. And then by the time they create a business plan, it's almost too late to, turn the curve a little bit.
Yeah.
So I would say those are the top, the big 3 for sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to the comment section, because Tech Coach Ralph had some things to say. He was like 100% times 3 hire a consultant. Like what you said, he agrees with you. He said, and you have to know the right questions to ask them too. I've heard so many people get ripped off, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. This kind of ties into the next question that, as you were talking, I was thinking about this as well. Is you were saying, you want to build a business plan. And nowadays, there's all sorts of resources out there that say this is the best way to build a business plan, or this is the best way to do it. What would you say, from your experience, is the best way to find a detailed outline that you can kind of almost like plug and play a little bit, but can really help you in regards to streamlining and creating a really thought out business plan?
So you can hire someone to put together a business plan for you. I've made mine completely from scratch. So I thought everything out. What did I want the business model to be like? So our main model are subscriptions and ad revenue. So it's like a hybrid monetization model.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to do that. And then I did a projection of like, okay, if we charge this price point, how can we, turn a profit over the next 3 to 5 years? Remember, I originally made this with the mind of like, there's no, significant life changes going to be happening, in 2020. So I actually did have to, change the business plan. And also like, as you're going through the business, it is okay to, shift gears in your business plan. You don't have to like strictly stick with it, but it is good to have, so you can have an understanding of like what you need to do to achieve the end goal. So but to answer your question, I made mine completely from scratch with, having a financial projections section. How am I going to market? What are the core markets going to be? That came from the research. And then like, what type of marketing strategy did I want to have? Like, did I want to do market saturation, penetration, So yeah.
Wow.
Those are the biggest pieces though. Like, even if you don't have like the UX part down, at least have the research in the business plan.
Research and business plan. So research is paramount, business plan right there afterwards after doing the research. Awesome. Awesome. And in regards to, and listen, y'all, I have questions for days. So if y'all don't want to, if y'all want to talk, I want to talk. But in regards to where you see Brown's continuing to grow, let's just, I don't want to say devil's advocate. I want to say, let's just be as positive as possible. 5 to 10 years from now, where do you see Brown's going to?
5-10 years from now, I can actually tell you what I see in the next 2 years. Definitely integrating predictive analytics into the app. Right now, last year I added Brown stats for the provider side. Now I want to add Brown stats for the client side, but I want to make that more machine learning focused, with helping clients understand their wellness habits. So that's going to involve a lot of predictive analytics. You're the first one I told about that, by the way. So.
Exclusive.
Yeah. You're the first one I told about that. And 5 years from now, I definitely see it then us adding the wellness segment. So then more spas, more massage therapists, and so I want this to transcend from the outside aesthetic to the internal wellness piece, and make it a holistic app.
That is going to be so good.
Yeah,
that is going to be so good, because a lot of times we don't even. Can I be honest with you? And actually, before I do that, I'm going to go. I'm going to the comment section, because you said something that people really love. Mitch was like, predictive analytics. I like that. And then also, Tech Coach Ralph said you need the soundboard for the horn when you get those I know.
Yeah.
he actually has on the show, so we got to talk afterwards. I'm also gonna get that camera that you talked about. I didn't forget you. I'm gonna get it. I just had some stuff that I had to take care of first. But yeah, and he also said in some instances you might all be able to get skilled, experienced, motivated tech person and pay them in equity if they just started. Have you ever had situations like that where like, hey, listen, I'll pay you in equity because this is going to be something that I believe is going to be really good, and they believe in it as well?
My tech lead, he's actually in India. We have a really good rapport. And he's very like, I can call him in the middle of the night and say, hey, there's a bug issue, we need it fixed right away. He helps take the stress of finding the right team members for like for the front end, back end, whatever the case may be. And he knows what I'm looking for. He knows me very well. He knows my work style. He knows my communication style. And, for me, I don't trust very easily. So
yeah, it's your baby.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially when it comes to Browns. I mean, yeah, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not too sure, but let me, feel this guy out. And then he has proven to me like he's all in for sure. And so I told him, I was like, look, I know this thing's going to get big. I will definitely pay you in equity when this goes up. So I need you to just stay the course, like, let me continue to trust you, just continue doing the work that you do. Because everything's doesn't have to be like financially upfront. A lot of people actually do get far, like help get people on board just from an equity standpoint. So it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be 5%, it can be 10%, so even like with building your advisor board, that's something I have to work on. You can pay them in equity that way as well too.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, like you said, sometimes it's like you may not have the cash up front, but if you could believe in the vision, if you could believe in where this is going to go, I mean, 10%, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. If you
close like a 300 million deal, that's
a lot.
a lot.
So that's why I want people to really kind of have these questions, because I think it really be helpful. So thank you so much for you everybody for chiming in there. That was really good. And I'm really glad we're talking about that. I want to go back to that wellness portion for a second.
Also, I forgot to
go
say,
ahead. Yeah, please.
A business plan also don't like the financials and like marketing is all important, but also the legal aspect, how you form your business as well. If it's going to be an LLC, S corp, nonprofit, that's also important as well. Just want to share that.
Oh yeah, please. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. And Tech Coach Ralph said 5% of $1 million is a lot. It's true.
Yes,
it's absolutely true. So it's really when you break down the numbers, even 1% of something that's really significant, oh, this goes for $1 billion. That 1%, give that to me every day. Give it to me every day.
I almost fell out when you said that. Oh my God.
Oh, but I'm not, the way the world is trending right now, I'm not surprised if that's the case, because you're building out something amazing here. And I just, glad to be on the ground floor, say I knew you back when, the usual stuff that we say about people that I knew you back when she was in pigtails.
You have proof too.
I got documentation.
Yep.
That's why I say on LinkedIn, content creator capturing history, because this is history in the making. Tech Coach Ralph has something else he wanted to say. He said, make people sign NDAs too.
Yes.
I told the startup to send me an NDA to protect them. Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely NDA happy. I send out, that's like one thing, like when you're working with Browns. Now, if it's something that like, that's pretty like outward, like I had a team that helped me with like giving me feedback for that. That there's no need. Well, I don't want to say there's no need. Definitely have an NDA, but like I didn't feel like I needed one in that aspect. But NDAs, like hands down, especially like if they're like in your intellectual property, working on definitely get an NDA, hands down. Anything that's like legal, financial, branding. If you do hire a designer, I design on my screen, so that's whatever. But anybody who is touching and has any intel on your PII, definitely get an NDA. Yeah,
you're right. Intellectual property. I'm laughing at Tech Coach Ralph because he said the Oprah of NDAs. You get an NDA and you get an NDA.
Yeah, definitely. You have to protect yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes we have an idea and we're scared because of this. We're scared because we don't know how to protect ourselves. So besides NDAs, is there anything else somebody would need to know in order to protect themselves as they're looking to build this business that they're looking to have?
Yeah. So some of the security folks may love this answer, but I would say definitely having strong cybersecurity and making sure that you like need a password to get to the password to access your tools.
2-factor. Yeah,
exactly. So I have insurance, cyber insurance or what is it called? No, it's called I forgot what it's like. Emission, errors of emissions insurance, like specifically for tech, but you still don't. That's like to cover if something happens.
Tech Coach Ralph knows. He's about to put in the chat.
So you want to make sure that you like are protecting all of your platforms, making sure nobody gets in, making your GitHub account private, so like you don't accidentally that actually happened. Not happy. Yes, one of our pieces of code accidentally got published. This was like in the very, very beginning. The team that I had to like, got public, and I was on that phone so quick, and that also kind of led to their demise on the Browns team as well. So you definitely, when you have a tech product, you just have to really, even if like you think like you're acting like
paranoid or
paranoid. People think I'm paranoid and whatever, but I'm like, you have to be, because then when something happens, then it's like, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. So anything that you feel like is a risk to your business, take serious. Even if it's like very like, oh, I can just leave my laptop, and no, take everything very serious, because you don't know who's watching, you don't know who's looking around, whatever the case may be. So
yeah. Tech Coach Ralph said, not paranoid at all. Totally right.
yeah.
Also, he added that two-factor authentication. Make sure you don't put passwords in GitHub, even if GitHub is private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Private.
also you don't know who's on your team and may get pissed off at you. They may you and wipe out all your code. Now what?
You got nothing. Or you got to just start back. Ugh, especially because apps are so expensive. Jeez Louise.
I could have, that was actually that's actually part of my testimonial. It was a matter, all the money I saved up when I moved back to Pennsylvania from expensive New York, I had enough money for a down payment on a house, and it was between getting a house or starting this business, and I ended up starting the business instead. So mobile app investment is no joke, because then also you have to have maintenance hours to keep the app, up and running. Making, bug issues happen. You have to keep things up to code. You have to keep your SDKs up to code, for the Google Play Store, Apple App. So it's not just like, okay, this is a one done fix, one-time investment.
Yeah.
People love saying, oh, so you're doing passive income. I said, there is nothing passive about this, about having a mobile app. Especially since it's so intricate, it's not like I have a app that's like a calculator where it's like, okay, that's one and done, boom. I can do off of this. You have to keep the app up and running, because I'm processing payments. I have calendars. I have messaging on here. Photos get uploaded. So, you definitely spend a lot of money when starting a mobile app business. So you want to make sure you protect it as much as possible.
Oh, man. Listen, y'all didn't pay for this masterclass. This is provided to you at no cost. I need y'all to share this with people. Okay, this is what we're going to talk. Let's break it down here. You definitely want to share with people that are looking for services. And before I even dive into that, I'm going to point out a comment that Darcel said. I really love it. He said, this is a great combo. I see you have nail techs that can use the app. I'll be letting my mom know.
Thank you.
So this is what you're going to do. You're going to share this conversation with people that work in the beauty industry, right? Because they need to get on the app.
Yes.
You can share this with people that are looking to get beauty services, because they need to get on the app too and be part of the community. Then you're also going to need to share this with people that are looking to start tech businesses, use whatever it may be, because there's so much nuggets in here that honestly, I don't want people to be missing out on this. In fact, Tech Coach Ralph said, I'm going to reach out to Connect. So you're going to get a connection request on LinkedIn from him. And he was talking about what you said about the 2-app stores, especially in 2-app stores, when you have to do maintenance and all this different stuff. It's a lot. Mm-hmm. And Mitch is chiming in and says Tech Coach Ralph is a good resource. And I totally agree with that. But listen, y'all, it's Saturday. Oh man, don't make me cry, bro. This means a lot, man. He says I'm paying for the masterclass. Oh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. What's so funny? Maybe because I had a hard week. Because I don't want to make it all about me, but I had surgery this week, and I had some, I thought some complications, and I was fighting to get to this thing. In fact, after my eyes are low like this, because after this, I'm going straight to bed. I'm gonna go to rest.
Did you say your wife's birthday was coming up?
Technically, my birthday is.
Your birthday is?
Yeah.
Okay. We have to send you something. Okay. Another exclusive. So Brown's is releasing Brown's do-rags. Do you want one?
I don't know if I have enough hair for it. I don't know if I got waves like that, though. I'll give it to our son. I'll give it to our son, because he has what do you have, twist? What do you have?
You have the keychain.
Yeah, I have the keychain. I rock the
keychain. Yeah.
It's right by our kitchen, so we can use it when we popping bottles. Which she's pregnant, so it's not that much alcohol going on at all. So, but I'll be popping that Martinelli, But oh man, thank you so much, Tech Coach Ralph. That means a lot, man. Thank you for blessing me. I don't want to make this about me, but sometimes this is a labor of love, man. Like you talking about the app. Sometimes there's days I'm like, I don't know if people are getting as much as I'm getting from it. I'm enjoying myself up here. I'm getting a lot of information, but man, I hope people are really understanding that this is a labor of love. The reason why this show exists is to provide platforms for people like yourself, but also resources for people that are looking for it. So thank you so much. I'm gonna ask you one more question before we go. It's just hilarious. Just about to get those waves. I don't know. I mean, I feel like as a middle-aged man, I don't know. Those days are beyond me. I don't know. Maybe. But I'll take the do-rag because I can give it to our oldest. He could definitely rock it.
Okay.
For sure. I'll definitely get a do-rag to support. And ourselves, like, please send it to me as well. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Tech Coach Ralph. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. And the last question I have, man. Oh, thank you, man. Bro, your spirit is infectious. We love coming to support. Thank you so much. I'm so sappy right now. I'm gonna hold it off until after the cameras go off, and then I'm gonna go and curl up in my bed and be like, "Thank you, Jesus."
No, you did a great job. I was nervous, and just your energy and your spirit definitely helped me feel more relaxed.
Oh, thank you. And that's why I like to have conversations that are authentic. I don't like to do too much research. I like to be in it and be surprised like everybody else.
I love that. Because I was like, oh my gosh, what
we're gonna talk about talk about it all. Talk about life. But I want to go back to something that you are doing in Browns that I think I want to harp on a little bit. You are introducing a holistic view in regards to wellness for us. And I know it's been a almost at this point like a buzzword, but talking about mental health and how that is something that's not as encouraged or used to be not as encouraged in our communities as they are now. Like, can you even, if you want to do it twofold, we could do it, ask the question like this. What made you decide to expand to that for Browns? And if so, is there something in your life or someone that you know that said, you know, I need to add this component, whether it's spa, massages, because we need to start looking at other aspects of our health and our body and our beauty?
Yes, great question. So, you know, for me, I thought about what's the mission of Browns.
Yeah.
And I think about, you know, the user experience. I think about what's needed in our community. And we spend money on beauty services, but we sometimes, you know, I'm not even going to sugarcoat. We don't really, you know, invest the money that we need to, you know, take care of what's inside.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can look it on outside as much as possible, but if like internally you're not feeling good, then what's the point? And a lot of us don't look at the money we spend on like either going to a massage therapist that can help loosen, you know, your neck and your back, or going to like a physical therapist or a spa, you know, facial treatments. And we look at that as like a cost instead of an investment. So, you know, I want to start shifting the mindset of, you know, invest in your, you know, overall beauty, like inside, and then, you know, we already have the outside covered. We love looking good, but internally, you know, we kind of neglect that. And I know I'm guilty of it. I have definitely done it. And there's been times where I'm like, and I used to have that scarcity mindset of like, oh, I shouldn't be spending money on this, you know, this is wasteful. I should be saving it for, you know, X, Y, and Z. And that's not really the way to go with life. And so I feel like it's my social responsibility to be adding that factor as well, to make it more comprehensive to our overall health and wellness.
Oh man, this is such a needed thing, man.
Yeah.
Because like you said something so powerful just now, we see it as an expense versus an investment. And even my wife, what was it, last week? She was stressed out with the kids because she does a lot. She's finishing her master's. She's doing her internship. She homeschools our kids. Like, it's a lot. And she said, you know what? I'm leaving y'all and I'm going to the pool at our.
She should.
And I was like, you do you. And she said that one time of her just going to the pool helped her for the entire week.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel my body feels lighter. Like just getting that experience of going to the pool. I think there's a hot tub there. I don't know if she did that too, but she went and she just did that. And it was an investment in her health.
Yes.
And I just want to encourage every single person on here. if you can just scrape whatever little money you have, or it might not even be that if you may need a service from Browns, of course, you know where to go. I'm gonna show you that in a moment. But if you just need to just take a walk, if you just need to kind of find these sort of respices, these sort of oases in the desert of your life, do it.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself, because listen, you're not good to anybody else if you are not good yourself. You are not good to anybody else. And so I really wanted just to kind of leave on that note, because I think a lot of people can benefit from that. And I even love what Operation Tech Takeover says. It says it makes the show more. Oh, he's talking about something else. But thank you so much for to make the show more impactful. The way you interview people, don't fix what is not broken. Family, you are doing the Lord's work. This is your digital pulpit. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that encouragement.
You have a talent for this, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot. And Mitch, also what you were saying as well, he totally agrees with you in regards to investing in your personal health. But thank you so much, Operation Tech Takeover, for saying that, encouraging me. Thank you, Mitch, as well. And yeah, definitely this right here, and that's why Tech Coach Ralph says that's why I do jiu-jitsu, stress release.
Yes.
Like we need to find this. We need to find these areas. And I'm speaking to myself right now. So I'm going to sleep after this. But after that.
Yeah. I went on a solo trip. I'm not saying spend this much money. You don't have to do all this, but I took a solo trip to Thailand and Indonesia last month. Because after Thanksgiving, I hope I didn't show it, but I was really burnt out after that. Because I was traveling for the past 5 months nonstop for business and for beauty, going to beauty trade shows. So at that point, I was like, I need to go by myself. I don't want to be, I just need to be by myself.
Yeah.
And just float in water, watch waterfalls, be in the beach, go just see a whole new world, different language. I'm not, like I said, there's other ways to go about it besides spending thousands of dollars. But I will say I'm glad I invested that for myself.
Oh, man.
So as you're building, also from like a business standpoint, for the entrepreneurs out there, add that to your spreadsheet for the year for your business costs. Put self-care. That's you're going to need it. And it's very important.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. And so I'm going to just share this real quickly as we're closing off this conversation. Again, this is a Saturday, and I appreciate CherRaye for taking all the time that she did already with us. But I want to make sure people saw that if you go to the description of this same video here, as you can see us, look at it, it's like in living color. If you go down, you could see the resources that I had, which was either Course Careers, Learnful, or Level Careers. They sponsored the show. So you can go ahead and check that out. Any of the courses that are part of it, I'm affiliate with, so I may give a kickback from them, but you're definitely gonna get a discount from them. So I want to make sure my people are taken care of. So then they also have the podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple, or others. But right down here, right in this section right here, you could also connect with CherRaye. Her YouTube is there, so you can connect with her YouTube channel. Her LinkedIn is there, so you want to connect with her, like Tech Coach Ralph said, on the business level. You can connect with her as well there, as well as a link to the Browns app. So if you click on that link, it will take you to where you could go either Apple or Google Play, so you could download the app. So the information is right there. Everything CherRaye Flowers, as well as her IG, everything is right there. So definitely plug in and connect with her. Do it right now. I don't care if the views drop. Just do it right. Connect. I'm going to download the app on my wife's phone. Like I said, I'm going to download it on my phone, because that's the more downloads, the better it's going to be. So download. Just you got a burner phone. Download on the burner phone. I don't know why you have a burner phone, but if you do, download download on the burner phone. Just download. And any last words? I think we're really good. Oh yeah, he agreed. Downloading the app now to look around. Already subbed and sent a connection request.
Thank you.
Yeah, Scott Operation Tech Takeover said he already sent a connection request as well. He goes by Scott. Yeah, so you have people that are going to come for you. And that's great. And so, y'all, thank y'all so much for rocking with us this Saturday. This has been encouraging for me and honestly my mental health. So thank y'all so much for the encouragement, all the little things that you did this week. I think this is a week I kind of needed. It's my birthday, so I just needed a little something, right? But thank you so much, and CherRaye as well. And like I always say, family, until next time, I hope to see you on the other side. Take care, family.